next week, warming up. But again, those 50 to 60 degree days that we saw earlier this week. That's all for me now. Coming up next, Russell is the latest on all things Penn State sports.
Wow, these are really, really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care who need
Oh!
Checking fantasy league?
Nah, 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this about the money you're spending?
Money. It's gone before I can get my hands on.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 5:40.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia? Let's do it. What year produced the most no-hit games in big leagues? 7 no-hitters in 1990. Oh, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year? The answer? 4. 75%? That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a standard at stopbullying.gov.
Look at you guys. Oh, what's up? We finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, no idea where it goes.
Oh, you're spending a lot on... Is it good?
Oh, God.
How is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't left behind. Get tools and for saving at feedthepig.org.
These are really good.
UX. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care who don't need
Oh!
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. You're finding the money for that.
Just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get behind.
It's 5:47.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia? Let's do it. What year produced the most hit games in the big leagues? 7 no-hitters in 90. Oh, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness this bullying this year? Answer? 3 out of 4. 75%? That's right. Help them will say something.
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying. Be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
Look at you guys. So, what's up? We finally bought a place. Holy cow.
Seriously have enough saved to do?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Oh,
Is it good?
oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Ben Russell with your sport update. Penn men's lacrosse suffered its third straight loss on Saturday, losing to St. Joe's by a final score of 50-13. The Lions led 8-6 at halftime, but were outscored 7-1 in the third period off the strength of 2 goals from St. Joe's attack Matt Bomer, who had 6 goals for the game. Penn State attackman Jack Jr. scored 4 goals in the loss, while redshirt freshman attackman Jeb Brennick scored his first career hat trick. Ranks 5th in the Big Ten and leads Penn State with 13 goals thus far. The Nittany Lions are now 1-0 on the young season and will take on Yale next Saturday at noon. This past weekend was the annual 46-hour-thon at Penn State, and several Nittany Lions were well represented. LA safety Nick Scott, fresh off of a Super Bowl win, appeared in the Bryce Jordan Center alongside Pittsburgh Steelers tight end Pat Freiermuth. While four-star QB Trace McSorley was unable to in person, he joined by a video to cheer on the dancers and 1,000 students in the stands. There was also a dance competition between several of the athletics teams at the annual Thon Pep Rally, with men's soccer bringing home the victory. The 71st edition of the NBA All-Star Game took place this past Sunday in Cleveland, with Team LeBron defeating Team Durant by a score of 163 to 160. Stephen Curry won the Kobe Bryant MVP award after scoring 50 points and setting an all-star record with 16 three-pointers. LeBron James also hit the game-winning shot in his former home arena. The 75 greatest NBA players of all time, both past and present, were recognized in a pre-game ceremony in honor of the NBA's 75th anniversary. That's all sports. After the break, Kaylee Grill will bring you the latest news from the entertainment world. Stay tuned.
Wow, these are really good.
You exist.
Practice makes perfect. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teen foster care who don't need.
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find money for that?
I just been saving a month.
I can't seem to say anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money?
It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got pizza for Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
547.
All right. You ready for some trivia? Let's do it. What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues? 7 no-hitters and 90. Wow, right. Now a question trivia. How many children will witness this bullying year? Yeah, 3 out of 4, 75%. That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach how to stop bullying. Be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
So, what's up? We only bought a place. Holy cow.
You serious? Have enough saved to that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
You're spending a lot on...
Oh,
That's good.
God.
Oh, how is my account of Iran?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for at feedthepig.org.
Wow, these are good.
You express.
Practice makes perfect. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need.
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find them for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money?
It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When the financial stability, don't get left behind.
547.
All right, you ready for some base trivia?
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Kaylee with your entertainment update. St. Paddy's Day is around the corner. The annual holiday will be celebrated this weekend, particularly on Saturday, February 26th. Penn State College, and Pennsylvania law enforcement are working collectively to, quote, slow dangerous drinking and their impacts, quote, linked with the related holiday. According to police, uniformed and undercover police will monitor campus residence halls and neighborhoods bordering the campus to enforce liquor enforcement. Damon Sims, the Penn State Vice President for Student Affairs, urged local establishment owners to prevent excessive drinking and prohibited Greek life organizations from hosting any events. Penn State students impact at the fifth Thon this weekend, raising $13.7 million for pediatric care. After 6 hours, many were eager to get back to their beds, leaving some of the belongings in the Bryce Jordan Center. Among the hundreds of tennis balls and pep rallies were some more unorthodox items. It was clear students found some creative ways to pass the time due to leftover Velcro and catch tennis ball sets, yoga mats, squirt guns, and LED remotes. The priced stadium food even led one individual to sneak in an entire salad, but it was found untouched. Pop star Britney Spears is continuing to celebrate her conservatorship-free life with a $15 million book deal. Following a bidding war, Spears signed with Simon & Schuster, a vision of parent to release a tell-all memoir about her rise to fame, her and her family. She broke the news with an Instagram picture of a writer and flowers captioned, "Shall I start from the beginning?" Her sister, Jamie Lynn Spears, recently released a book that resulted in a very public feud. Brit sent her sister a cease and desist letter requesting her sister to stop mentioning her in the book's portion. Spears' 13-year-long conservatorship, which she described as abusive, courts ended just 3 months ago. That's all for your entertainment update. After the break, Pomola Frown will speak with Jerpa Jeans creator Austin Thomas about his vision for the brand and how he got to where he is now. Stay tuned.
Wow, these are really good.
I'm surprised. Practice makes perfect. You don't have to be perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need
Oh! Checking fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to say anything.
What about all this? What about the spending?
What money?
It's before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia? Let's do it. What year produced no-hit games in the big leagues? 7 in 1990. Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness game this year? Huh. The answer? 3 out of 4. 75%. That's right. How many of them say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
Here, guys. What's up? We finally bought a place. Holy cow!
Seriously, have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little in each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to say.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot.
Oh,
Good.
God.
Oh, is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedbig.org.
Wow, these are really.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect. You don't have to be perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need
Oh! Checking fantasy league?
Nah, it's my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
What about all this? What about the money you're spending?
Money. It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia? Let's do it. What year produced most no-hit games in the big leagues? 7 no-hitters in 1990. Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children witnessed bullying this year? Huh. The answer? Out of 4. 75%. That's right. How many of them will say something?
Want to help, but don't know. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
Here, guys. What's up? We finally bought a place. Holy cow!
You seriously have saved to do that?
We've been putting aside each month.
Jeez, the month we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on.
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Wow, these are good.
UX.
Practice makes perfect. You don't have perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teen foster care who don't need
Checking your fantasy league.
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money thing?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hand on it.
Pizza for a Todd?
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, get left behind.
It's 547.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia? Let's do it. What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues? 7 no-hitters and 90. Wow, that's now a question that's not trivial. How many children witnessed bullying this year? The answer, 3 out of 4, 75%. That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, don't know how. Teach how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander. StopBullying.gov.
So what's up? We finally bought a place. Holy cow!
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We put a little aside each month.
Jeez, the month we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on.
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
These are really good.
I'm surprised.
Practice makes perfect. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't.
Fantasy league.
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd?
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
All right, some baseball trivia. What year produced no-hit games in the big leagues? 7 no in 1990. Wow, that's right. Now, question that's not trivial. How many children will witness being this year? The answer, 3 out of 4, 75%. That's right. How many of them say something?
Kids want help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at StopBullying.gov.
So what's up? We finally bought a place. Holy cow!
Seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, the end of the month we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on.
Oh,
Good.
oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and for saving at feedthepig.org.
Good evening, I'm Paloma Fround, and tonight I have state student and Austin Thomas here with me. In 2020, Austin visioned that saw past fashion trends. He focused on something that stays consistent, comfort. With that idea in mind, he founded the Jerpa Jeans, a new design for jeans with Jerpa material in the inside to provide comfort under cold climates. In the past few years, Jerpa has expanded in all sorts of clothing and accessories, growing the brand tremendously. Following their signature motto, feel the warmth. Austin, thank you so much for coming in tonight.
Thank you for having me. Excited to chat.
So tell me, how did you come up with the idea of Jerpa inside of jeans?
Yeah, so it was my sophomore year at Penn State. It was 2018. I went to like Penn State fall tailgates and saw some of my friends wearing jeans with like thermals and leggings underneath, trying to kind of combine the two and stay warm. And I've been always kind of big fashion. And one of the things that was big back then was the jean lined with Sherpa. And so I saw this problem. You'll ask any entrepreneur, they'll always tell you there's something they were trying to come up with a solution. So I saw that and I wanted to see if the jeans panned with Sherpa were able to be made. Talked to some suppliers, started the sampling process, kind of just went for it. And now we found the pair that worked for us where it wasn't where you were sitting inside, but also where you're warm enough inside. So kind of started, went for it, and here we are 2 years later, and it's been pretty successful.
So I you say just went for it, wondering, as somebody would have no idea how to do this. When you had the idea, how did you actually make it a reality? Like who did you know who to talk to? What resources did you use? Major help you at all?
Yeah, so I did supply chain management for my undergraduate. Definitely helped to kind of just have the resources, Penn State Invent, filing our LLC with them, and just kind of having some of the different resources from Professor Dr. Novak's Shane Pope. Just being kind of talk to some of those people to help me definitely helped. In terms of you mentioned kind of just how did you go for it, and you do so some of the supplier stuff like that. It was kind of hard to go, but I think so many people overwhelmed. I listened to a podcast recently. It was like. The boy trying to get through the woods and ask kind of how do we get? And the horse says, "Can you see your next step?" And the boy says, "Yes." And the horse says, "Then just take it." Right? Like so many people look at, we're gonna need a marketing plan and we're gonna need a product, and they kind of get overwhelmed. But how much is there, and they just take that next step. For me, it was just taking the next step, being able to kind of see if the product was familiar, and then just for it, the marketing plan, models, all that stuff came later. But just going, it was truly the best decision I ever made, and it kind of got us to where we are today.
Love that quote. Like we were saying, the company has grown so much. What products are you selling now? How would you describe growth, and what is the revenue now for Jerpa?
Yeah, so right now, I mean, my initial idea of the brand was just jeans, right? Jeans line with Jerpa. I wanted to do boot cut, regular style, black jeans. That's all I wanted to do. It wasn't until COVID. COVID was actually almost like a blessing in disguise in terms of our jean supplier went out of business and was like, hey, what do we do now? And so we expanded our product offerings into the hoodies line with Jerpa. And last winter, we sold her 700 units of just the hoodies alone. Just being able to kind of open our eyes, that showed us, hey, we can be so much more than just a jeans company. And now we're expanding into, now we have hoodies, we have crop tops, we have beanies. It's kind of having kind of a wider variety of products that's making us a brand overall than rather just, a jeans come just people that are for the winter. We kind of have to combat seasonality, and we're going to do that by kind of building on the brand.
Have you seen a consistent growth in your revenue? I know, you started 2 years ago with, assuming, you have to get everybody, the news that, this big company's house, new brand. Have you seen a consistent increase in your revenue?
Yeah, we have seen a consistent increase, and I forgot to do that last question. So just surpassed $100,000 in revenue. Wow. And a lot of newer companies, they're putting crazy money into marketing spend. And what's motivating for us is everything going organic. Our marketing is through our ambassador program. We have over 50 ambassadors now at over 15 colleges. So just being spread the word organically to that, and then word of mouth. The products are truly special. It's definitely something special. So just being able to kind of do that is helping us out. And we I think we were at around $25,000 in revenue, jumped all the way up to $75,000 in revenue as soon as we dropped the hoodies. Now being $130,000 into the retail space with Family Clothesline, that's down, as well as we did something this year with Thon and their hoodies. And so just being able to do those different things and to innovate is kind of help revenue grow.
Like you were saying, ambassadors, having a company, many different aspects to it. What does your team look like? Who is handling your line creations, your finance, marketing, sales?
Yeah. So definitely the ambassadors do a lot of marketing in terms. They all have a unique discount code where they all get commission. So that's that. And then there's about four people on the team that truly help and have their roles. So Bradley is now one of my business partners who is a director of marketing. When you talk about some initial growth, it's so hard to get off the ground running. And Bradley helped with a lot of that, getting it to his network of people here. So he's a director of marketing, does a lot of campaigns for us. That's a lot of our marketing. Juwan Farah is our director of athlete influencer relations. So when you see these athletes and influencers working with us, a lot of his outreach and his communications. And then Nico Marsh is director of product design, so helps us with a lot of product designs, what palettes do we want to go with, and that sort of thing. And then obviously myself kind of being a lot of that. So far, those roles are fairly new so far. In the past, I kind of did a lot of it, but as an entrepreneur, you kind of have to all caps of the business. But there's no I in team, right? There's people that are helping, even with design creation. I run polls on my Instagram to see what colors is best, what kind of design is best. So there's a lot of kind of things that go into it, but obviously the team effort is kind of what makes it succeed the way we do.
I know you and I were talking earlier. You're now doing your master's here at Penn State. You headed closer to eventually graduating with that. How do you see Jerpa continue to grow? Where do you see the future of Jerpa headed?
Yeah, so for me, I would try and play a devil's advocate as to like, why would somebody buy this T-shirt versus Nike shirt, right? And so to do that, you need to be able to differentiate it and be able to continue to innovate. And I think we've done a great job with that with our jeans line and our hoodies line with Jerpa. And so for me, I have two big project working on right now with our crew next line Jerpa, as well as next winter we're going to work on pants and joggers line with Jerpa. So just being able to continue to innovate within the space, one of the ways I see growing, and then the second, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Cree. It's like that big oversized hoodie. They just got into licenses, or now they have Penn State fees and Ohio State. And so for us, with one of our target markets being college students, if we're able to kind of get into licensing, we're now have our Jerpa hoodies with Penn State logos, Orland logos. Being able to get into that is another way. Lastly, just being able to continue to brand, right? If we're always dealing with the seasonal business where winter's our biggest months, but being able to build the brand where now we can sell our products and people are buying into Jerpa more than just the products. There's a brand, there's a meaning behind it. That's kind of really where I want to grow and go with this.
I think it's so awesome how you're saying that it's not even just here at Penn State, but it's going through the country at all these diversities. Jerpa, like you were saying, is becoming a brand and almost like a household name. So I gotta ask you, throughout this whole process, I'm sure it's tiring. What was your biggest inspiration?
Yeah. So for inspiration, I think for me, it's waking up and doing something I'm passionate about, right? When I'm packaging, when I'm photo shoot, when I'm doing work for it, it doesn't feel like work because I truly live it. And so for me, the inspiration, just being able to do something in life that I'm passionate about, that I want to give my 10% to. And anything I do, I want to give my all and be the best that I can do. And for Jerpa, I think I'm that. And so for me, it's just having a way and seeing progress and seeing our end goals, getting closer and closer to the light at the end of the tunnel is, for me, keeps me inspired and keeps me motivated.
Yeah, that's a huge message to everybody, and whatever career path they choose to do is, like you're saying, don't make it a job, make it something that is for you to do. So something you're truly passionate about doing it. That's the biggest key to success. So much for coming in. It has been so amazing to hear, how a college student was able to take such different idea and really run with it. It is, again, a message to everybody out there that with hard work and dedication and it can become a reality. Now, next, we will have Caroline and Megan telling us the latest happening across the nation.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised.
Practice makes perfect. You don't have to perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teams to care who don't need.
Oh! Checking your family.
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody stop me?
When it's the financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia? Let's do it. What produced the most no games in the big leagues? 7 no-hitters in 90. Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year? The answer, 3 out of 4. 75%. That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
So what's up? we finally bought a place. Holy cow!
You seriously have saved to do that?
We put a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to pay.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on.
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Wow, these are really good.
Surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a parent. There are thousands in foster care who don't.
Oh! Checking the ceiling.
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find them for that?
I just been saying a little every month.
I can't seem to say anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What? It's gone before my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get behind.
It's 547.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia? Let's do it. What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues? 7 no-hitter in 1990. Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year? The answer? 3 out of 4. 75%. That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
So good to see you guys. So what's up? We finally bought a place. Holy cow!
You seriously have enough saved to that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on.
Oh,
Good.
oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feed.org.
The United States National Archives and Records Administration is currently in communication with the Department of Justice regarding classified documents allegedly removed from the White House inboxes by former President Donald Trump, The Guardian said Friday. Trump could be investigated by the House Oversight Committee for possibly violating the Presidential Records Act 1978. The archive secured 15 boxes in January that Trump had taken from the White House to his post-president home in Florida. The boxes included presidential documents, letters from Kim Jong-un of North Korea and former President Barack Obama, and a model of Air Force One. The Department of Justice has yet to determine if the act was lawful.
Police officer Kim Potter, who last year shot and killed 20-year-old Dante Wright at a traffic stop, has been convicted of first and second-degree manslaughter. She was sentenced to 16 months in jail and 8 months on supervised release, along with a $1,000 fine. Her sentencing was far less than the prosecutor's expectations. The maximum sentencing for first-degree manslaughter is 15 years in prison and a $30,000 fine. The case preceding Judge Regina Chu, Wright's death was accidental. After the sentence, Chu encouraged the public to be empathetic towards her situation. The family of Dante Wright shocked and disappointed by the sentencing.
In eastern Ukraine, pro-Russian separatist leaders are calling for a full military stabilization ahead of planned large-scale nuclear force drills scheduled by President Vladimir Putin, Russia, NBC News said Saturday. There are fears that Moscow is planning to use a spike in violence as an excuse to invade Ukraine. The pro-Russian separatists have been fighting government forces in eastern Ukraine since 2014, and they currently control land about the size of New Jersey. Moscow has denied plans to invade and is instead attempting to portray Ukraine as the aggressor.
A trucker convoy protest is set to occur during President Biden's upcoming State of the Union speech on March 1st. Following similar protests in Canada, D.C. law enforcement officials are taking protective measures. A Homeland Security bulletin noted plans to stop traffic to the Super Bowl were planned by the convoy group were never executed. The bulletin also claimed that the groups were planning to disrupt the game before heading to the Capitol. Local DC officials are highly considering reinstalling the fence around the Capitol put up following the January 6th riots.
And that's all for tonight on PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn.